Hey, what is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome to 600 Days of Hardcore Minecraft. In our previous segment of 100 Days, we worked on creating our storage system, but we didn't do much to populate it. That changes today. Throughout this 100 days, we work on completing our storage system and properly item framing all of it, filtering through everything so that they end up in the proper chests. We also dive into the nether to create our own wither skeleton farm, and then use some of our sponges to empty out a river so that way we can create an ink sac farm. So we managed to stay busy during these 100 days. I am kind of sick, so excuse my commentary if it sounds kind of nasally, but hopefully you guys still enjoy nevertheless. As always, if you are enjoying the series, be sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a video. Without further ado, let's jump into the next 100 days. First thing I want to work on is going to involve lots of stone. I'm not going to spoil it yet, but you might know it's going to involve buttons as well, and the nether. And if it kind of helps you figure out what we're going to be doing, even this full shulker box full of buttons isn't going to be enough. First thing is to repair my weapons though, and then we can fly to our true objective, which is the nether fortress. So if you still have no idea what we're going to be working on, it's going to be a wither skeleton farm, so it's going to require a specific portion of the nether fortress to build this at, and along with a lot of spawn proofing, which is what the buttons were for. We're looking for an intersection in the nether fortress like this, and we're going to find the center, and then we're going to build our entire setup around this area. I'm also going to begin the spawn proofing, so we're going to have to place buttons or carpets or slabs everywhere around here just to stop mobs from spawning that aren't a part of the farm. Perfect. So we managed to place the buttons all around this entire area, and there's an entire soul sand section outside that I managed to clean up too. So let's head back to the main area and continue working with it. So it seems I've used up all my buttons and there's still a lot more surface area for me to cover. So we're going to head back to the overworld and farm some more stone. Thank God for this cobblestone generator. This saves me a lot of time because I don't even have to go through caves to just get my cobblestone. I can just use my silk touch and just chill here. I think we're ready to start resuming the project, and I do have this shulker box full of supplies that I'm going to need to take the next step. So let's head back into the nether. So we identified this intersection earlier in the build, and now we need to start setting it up to be a spawning platform basically, which is why I'm laying down the slabs. And I think it's going to be like this big 10 by 10 square on all sides. There was a lot of netherrack in the ceiling, but once that's all cleared out now, we can have this clear view skied spawning platform. And then I'm going to replace all these corner blocks with the slabs that I brought for this, so I'll start placing them down. Next, we're going to expand out from the spawning platform slabs with these nether bricks. And then we're going to put carpets on top of these to stop spawning as well. And we should have a nice cleared out view like this once we're done clearing it out, laying down the carpet, and expanding the corners. And now the fun and magical part of getting a piglin to chase me all the way to the trap. And let me just swap. Okay, I can't stop. He runs really fast. He's going to follow me up this ramp, and then we can trap him in this trapdoor little section right here. Oh, where'd he go? Try number 2. We're gonna just ramp up here. Okay, yeah, he's definitely following us. And now he should walk into the trap. Perfect. So we're gonna remove his exit. And now we have ourselves a trapped piglin. This is real embarrassing. I forgot the name tag for the piglin, so he's gonna despawn. So I have to go all the way back home. If he's here when I get back, I'll use him, but otherwise I'm gonna have to trap a third one. Alright, attempt number 3. Block his exit. There we go, name tag, and we're good to go. And finally, I set up our kill and collection chamber here, so once we're able to spawn proof the rest of the area, we should have decent spawn rates and be able to collect a lot of wither skeleton skulls. Sadly, as it currently stands, there's a lot of area around me that's not spawn proofed, so this shouldn't be spawning anything. I must say, one thing I do enjoy about spawn proofing is the mobs will snitch on themselves and tell you where they're spawning. You can see we have 3 piglin over there, so that obviously means I have to go place some buttons in this location next, and also kill these guys. I'm out of buttons, so I think it's time to go and test out our spawn proofing, see if we can even get at least one wither skeleton to spawn. Let me see if I mess with my render distance. Will that change anything? Nope, I don't think it is. Okay, so I think we have to do more spawn proofing. It doesn't look like render distance changed much about the wither skeletons. Well, I spoke too soon. Okay, so 1 spawned, 2 spawned, 3, 4. Oh, okay, so it does work. It's just not very efficient. And I think I saw a skeleton skull there. Let me check these drops real quick. They're spawning pretty decently. You have 3 skeleton skulls already, and I don't even have like a full row of items. So we're gonna take those and head out. This is pretty good so far. I do also have to do more spawn proofing in the future, but I can say I'm comfortable taking a break now from this entire nether adventure. So this is kind of obvious, but the reason I wanted to build the wither skeleton farm was to get the skeleton skulls, and then I can fight more withers, because I only have one nether star to make my beacons. So now we can get more nether stars, so it's not even a problem anymore. So I have enough materials to fight 4 withers, and I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, sorry, not 4 withers, 1 wither. I forgot it takes 3 skulls to make 1. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not really interested in fighting this thing fair. I know a lot of people like to summon multiple withers and stuff. That's just not me. I really don't care. I'd rather just get the cheap nether star. And there we have it, our first nether star of many. I mean, we already had one before, but you know what I mean. So now that we know that that works, we can head back there and just grind out a bunch of wither skeleton skulls. It's not going to probably be on camera because, I mean, there's no reason for me to just do that. I already showed that we can get them. But we can get the rest of the nether stars we need for more beacons. So now it's time for wither skeleton number 2. Not wither skeleton, wither number 2. And I think I can get wither roses by having the chickens nearby when he blows up on spawn. Then I'm going to activate the wither, and we're going to get the heck out of there and leave the chickens in there to die. Alright, he blew up, so let's go collect our wither roses. Oh, okay, they're still alive? I guess I did it wrong, so I'm gonna have to look up how to do that. I thought that's how you could do it. Okay, I'm an idiot, guys, but still, we're gonna get our second nether star now. Well, that was embarrassing. Let's never talk about that again. But either ways, we got our second nether star. We can just head on home now. And for all our hard work and farming, we are now rewarded with not 1, but 2 complete beacons to add towards our beacons. Thankfully, the decision already makes itself. We're going to put the first one on top of this gold beacon right here, and then we're going to move the second one all the way over to this emerald beacon we have right here as well. So we still need the diamond and netherite one. So now it's time to start another project. I'm going to have some white dye and a lot of glass, and I want to make a lot of white stained glass for the first part of this next project. You guys can probably guess what it is once we get to the correct biome, but I don't think you can guess it just off of the glass. So I made it over to the river biome that's nearby my house and made sure to grab some sponges as well, because we're going to be building a squid farm. That's right. The reason I wanted to build a squid farm is basically I have a lot of those drops from my, what's it called? Guardian farm, I think it's called. And those mixed with the black ink sacs make dark prismarine, so might as well have those 2 farms running at the same time. So first order of business is to build a spawning platform with the stained glass, something like this. I'm getting attacked by phantoms, so I'm probably going to head out to bed real quick. Then we're also going to have to use the dirt to just lock in the containment area where we're going to be spawning everything within. And now I'm going to do the fun part of placing these sponges down to clear out this water. I know there's an ideal way to do this. I'm not used to using sponges, so please don't flame me in the comment section. I'm just gonna clear this out the best way I know how. And now with all the water gone from this main area, I can get all my sponges back and then begin the long journey of building down all the way to a certain Y level, just so that way we can start working on the farm. My pickaxe looks like it's in need of repairs, so I'm going to head to the nether and first dry up all my sponges, and then head to our gold farm where we can focus on fixing my durability. And now we can set up some of these fence gates, just because we're going to have to trap the squids and stuff here, and I guess they fall to their deaths from there. And now we're going to set up a second layer of fence gates above the first one, and then finally I'm going to have to pour water sources into each of these white stained glass holes. And then from the inside we can get a look at it. Whoops. And we can see that it's done now, but I do have to clear out all the water in the surrounding areas to get this spawn to be this farm to be the most efficient. So although the farm is complete, we still have some work to do on the sides. So now we need to clear out all the water from the surrounding areas. And like I told you guys when I was clearing out the first part, I'm not the best with this, the sponge placing, but I'm gonna try. And we're just gonna get this thing done. Alright, so we're doing a good job. I don't intend to clear out the entire lake, but I think this is good enough to try and test it out. I might tinker with the render distance and see if I can get something going with that. So I lowered the render distance and this thing is already popping off. This is pretty cool. Yeah, it's like 5 squids every like a couple of seconds, so this is gonna add up a lot. Unless I deactivate it by removing the water when I'm done with it here, I think this is gonna fill up these chests really quickly. So I'm gonna just dry off the rest of my sponges, and then now we can do the second half of the reason we created the squid farm, which involves our guardian farm. We're gonna need a lot of the prismarine shards to combine with the ink sacs to make the dark prismarine blocks. This farm works pretty quickly compared to my other ones, so I only need to be up here for about a day, and then we can go to the nether and check on the results. The drops are still flowing in slowly, but a lot of the raw cod is just going to get thrown out because I don't really need it. But yeah, there we go. A bunch of prismarine crystals and prismarine shards that we can take home with us and make some dark prismarine or other blocks. So let me check right here. We put the black dye in the center and the prismarine shards around it. And we get, oh wow, that only gives 8 blocks. So it's pretty tricky. We need 8 crystals or 8 shards per ink sac to get 1 dark prismarine. So that's going to be a lot of grinding in the guardian farm if I want to ever build something huge out of dark prismarine. But it shouldn't be a big problem because I have a lot of time on my hands. So with that, we have 2 projects completed, and now I want to do something for me, which is going to be farming for some ancient debris / our netherite beacon. I know that's not the most interesting thing to do, but I eventually want to have that completed, so I always like chipping away at it, and also it's very chill. So I've made myself a new spot in the ground to work with right here, and hopefully it can extend out really far, so that way we can place all our TNT down. A lot of the stuff near my current spawn location has a lot of lava lakes above it, so it runs out of space very quickly. So I'm going to just mine out a couple of these tunnels and link my tunnels back together. Oh! 2 pieces of netherite, just like that. Ancient debris. You guys might notice I use those words interchangeably. Please don't hold me to it. I know somebody's gonna flame me in the comment section, but there we go. So we have 6 pieces just for making our tunnels. This is pretty good so far. Now I want to set up a little bit of a cubby for our little storage area right here, back towards spawn, or not spawn, or towards our starting staircase, because I do want to return back to here as we mine out these tunnels. And you guys know the drill. We're just going to be placing TNT until we run out, and then I'm going to go and resupply back on the surface. I currently don't have any worries in the sand department, but just because I'm using so much TNT, during the nighttime I always either AFK in the creeper farm, or I get some more sand just so that way I can have something to work with off camera. I don't really feel the need to always record it, or not record it, but like put it into the series part. But there are decent amounts of time where I'm just grinding out materials. Oop, die zombie. And since I just mentioned it, I might as well go and farm some creeper and gunpowder. But one thing I did notice is in our farm, some of the creepers get stuck in the back and their drops never actually funnel in. So I think I'm gonna try, and let me see if it's still happening. So yeah, let me just clear this last guy up. As you can see, there are some gunpowders on the side of the obsidian over there, and they get stuck there every time. So I'm gonna try and make some changes to the farm and see if we can fix that. I'm going to use my silk touch pickaxe to get rid of some of this glass blocks right here. I think if I place some trap doors like this, the creepers can think they can walk on it and they'll fall down, and that might prevent them from like getting stuck in the portal and dying there. So I'm going to give that a try and let's see what happens. So I need to exit and spawn myself some more creepers, and this should happen fairly quickly because they just need to spawn and fall. I only need a couple of them. And then we re-enter the nether. Alright, here we go. What the heck is happening here? Oh my god, there's creepers everywhere. Okay, this was the worst idea I've ever thought of. I don't want them to destroy the farm, but I need to get rid of these creepers now. So they're climbing up and over. Oh, he blew it up. Oh my god, there's creepers everywhere. Yeah, this is over. This is over. Shut the whole thing down. What did I just do? This is possibly the worst decision I've ever made. And now there's a friggin' hoglin. And now kill the last one. There we go. There's a couple of them in the distance, but oh my god, we ruined everything. I can kind of see where I went wrong with this thing, so we're gonna adjust the glass blocks just a panel over so that the creepers can't climb onto anything. And some of the materials got destroyed, so we're gonna have to replace it. And while I'm rebuilding, we're gonna build this second platform that never existed below the chest, just so we can add double and triple chests down here. It'll allow for me to do extended periods of AFKing because it's more than one chest now, so then the gunpowder won't get backed up. And now just to test it out, just to make sure all my changes worked, and then I'm gonna head on to doing something else. The creepers are now falling like they're supposed to, but there's still a gunpowder stuck in the corner of the obsidian up there, so I don't think it captured what I wanted it to do completely. But I'm not going to be making any changes right now. We're probably going to try and think of another fix in the meantime. And with all that project management and cleanup, we are now ready to head back to the nether and continue our ancient debris farming. We have enough TNT to work with. I still have a couple of things that I want to work with first, but yeah, one of the things I need to do is repair my shovel and other tools before I head to go get ancient debris. I also need to restock my bartering farm, so we're going to take all these gold bricks and convert them into blocks, just so that way they're easier to move. Got about 14 blocks. And I have so many more ingots to work with. And now that we got our gold blocks, we can head out. What the heck? I'm pretty sure I was just gliding. Oh my god. Well, there goes the totem. Alright, so we're going to go to our treasure chest and grab a replacement totem. And we're good to go now. But that was crazy. And now finally, after such a long wait, we can head over to our ancient debris farm. So I pretty much have this setup of just TNT tunnels separated by 10 blocks, and it looks like it works pretty well. I'm not going to detonate them yet, but I'm liking the setup so far. Can I finish one tunnel in peace every time? Oh my god, so much lag. Every time, oh, there's so much lag. I can't even move. I'm lucky to even be alive. Every time I try one of these projects, it just blows up. Where's the lava coming from? Let's assess the damage. So looking around, there's still some TNT in the wall, so that means not everything blew up, but I think that this kind of defeats the point of what I was doing, so might as well detonate everything and then start scalping through, seeing if we can find some ancient debris. Just from detonating my other lines, you can see we had some ancient debris just chilling right here to the side, right next to our safety spot. So there's never a dull moment when mining ancient debris. There's always something in the corners. Taking a little bit too much damage from some of these entities, so we're gonna switch over to our chest plate, get rid of the Icarus wings, and I think we're about halfway through the tunnel and we got about 40 pieces of ancient debris, so we're gonna pick up the pace a little bit and see how much we can get. I got 2 full stacks of ancient debris and about 16 left over, so I'm gonna head back to the overworld right now and see what we can do with that. This is of course nowhere close to a full netherite beacon, but I kind of take this from a page from SB737's book. You can make a little ancient debris pyramid beacon thing while you work on the progress, and I always think that's a good idea. It's a cool representation, and just, you know, your progress isn't all going to waste just because all your ancient debris is getting turned into like one block. And put the finishing touches on it, and bam, there we go. And I almost forgot, after smelting we still have enough left over to add to the beacon an extra 3 blocks, 1 2 3 of netherite. So now I have some leather and sticks, and for the next thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be crafting some item frames. You can almost guess what it's going to be for. We're going to be visiting the boogeyman, and by boogeyman I mean finally making use of our storage system by filling it with the filter blocks and also setting up the different storaging compartments. So I have to go one by one to every hopper and fill them with stone bricks with names, and then you can fill them with the block that you want them to start filtering. I kind of mapped this out on paper, so it should be a little bit easier for me to work with, but this is definitely going to be very time consuming. Items such as stone, cobblestone, and dirt that are probably going to have multiple chests filled. I'm going to get multiple sections as well. Other items such as diamonds that I might not get so much of course, are only going to get 1 row though. I also look forward to giving the wool their own section as well, just because that's starting to stockpile a lot, and once I start filtering them through, the farm will stop being less clunky and crowded because they'll each have their own chests per color. So I have a treasure and gem section over here, and then right here I'm going to put some food and cooked items, and then we're going to also put mob drops right here as well. I'm going to need some item frames and some food, and we have enough eggs to replace all these chickens, so I'm going to take my looting sword and kind of do a little spring cleaning. I'm so sorry, but I need your feathers. Give me all your feathers, please. Oh my goodness. I don't even need all this cooked chicken though, but yeah, we're gonna go through all of these guys. And now the repopulation begins with every single egg we have already stored up, just to get the chickens back flowing. There we go, perfect. There's a few stacks of eggs complete. It doesn't look like it's a lot of chickens, but since they're baby chickens, once they grow, it's gonna look like a lot more of them. And then we have to do the cows as well. We do have to leave some of them alive, unlike the chickens, of course, because cows don't have eggs. So I have to just make sure I'm counting carefully and don't actually accidentally do too many. And finally, we can craft some more item frames thanks to the sacrifice of those friendly farm animals. I had the great idea of digging out from underneath my house all the way to the storage system and connecting a chest there with hoppers, and that way I don't have to walk all the way to my storage system when I want to deposit some items. Let me just make sure that the underground is able to be linked first. Oh, yep, because there's tunnels down here. And apparently Enderman. And then once we locate the hoppers that are next to our storage system, we can then just kind of link them up like so, extend it up to our chest, and then now we're complete. Alright, so now we have a direct link from our house all the way to the storage system. So if I deposit some dirt here, yep, they get eaten up by the hoppers. And yep, you can see the dirt in the water right there, which means it's connected perfectly. I know it seems like I'm spending a lot of time in the storage system, but remember, I have to place 4 filter blocks into every single hopper and then kind of sort from there. We actually ran out of stone, so I'm gonna have to mine some more and then name them to create more filter blocks. But we're making really great progress. I can't wait to show you how it looks. I have to start emergency moving the wool all the way to the storage system just because there's so much wool in these chests that the hopper isn't collecting anymore because the minecart is full as well. So there's just wool sitting next to these sheep, so I need to empty these chests as quick as possible, move them over to the storage system, and then it can start collecting again. So every wool has its own section, but there is a filtering issue that I'm going to have to identify in the future. But it's been days of me just moving stuff, so I'm pretty tired of it. It's not showing up in the filter chest either, so it's in one of these hoppers where it's getting stuck. I'm gonna find it at a later date though. So I'm an idiot and I forgot I'm missing 2 shulker boxes, and that's because I used them for our ink farm, and We have tons and tons of stone here and other stuff that I probably should try and get rid of. So I think I'm going to put that to good use. And by good use, I mean just expanding upon our gunpowder farm. I'm pretty sure more levels equals more gunpowder. I don't actually know the rates per hour or whatever. I'm hoping it means that though. So we're going to expand upon this. Going to use up some more cats and to get rid of some of this cobblestone and extra wood we have. Time to collect some of these cats and bring them up to the top level. I think I brought more cats than I have materials for levels, but it's okay. Now that I'm out of materials, I kind of need to just weasel my way out of here, get to the top. Then I need to seal this off so that way we can just have some complete darkness and we are done. We can head out. Just gonna light this up, just make sure nothing spawns on top right here. And that's enough for today. We're not going to add any more layers for this section, but we can do it again another time. I think one of the issues with being aware of other people's hardcore series is because when you see them doing all these big and crazy projects, you feel compelled to do them yourself. And like I think I've done a good job this 100 days. You know, I've worked on 2 different projects. We made some progress towards our netherite beacon, and I'm still here thinking, oh, what can I do in the last 20 days? And I really don't need to do anything. I can still just do a lot of maintenance and grinding off camera. That being said, 1.18 just dropped, so you can see a lot of my map is still kind of rendering in because of it. I'm assuming it's because the extra levels below ground. I'm not going to worry about that yet. That's probably going to be in our next segment. But what I want to do is grind out some more sand, just so that way we can have a lot more glass and more TNT. My point being, bringing up other people's survival series, is I don't think I'm going to be working on another project until the next 100 days. So it's not going to be anything too big from here on out. So while I'm mapping out some of these biomes, I do need acacia wood just for my storage system. So we're going to go and grab this block and any other block. Oh my god, it's so laggy because it's still rendering in all the stuff from 1.18. But any other block that I need for my storage system that I don't have one of yet, I'm probably going to grab a bunch of. But we definitely need this acacia wood. I found this massive desert as well that's very, very far away from the other one I usually use near my house. So this should be a good resource to use, so that way I'm not depleting all the sand in one spot. I need to clear up some of these shulker boxes, so I'm going to start compacting some of these resources into one. We have about a couple of sand boxes. This one's full of TNT, that one's half full of TNT, half full of sand. So I'm going to fuse it all with my gunpowder. Maybe once we have 2 full boxes of TNT, that'll be a good time to head back to the nether. But we're going to just keep on gathering for now. Speaking of TNT, let me clear these guys up first, but I think I have a new idea on how to fix my issue with gunpowder getting stuck in the nether portal frame. Kind of like what we do with our wool farm. If we put these hopper minecarts underneath it, wrong block. If we put our hopper minecarts underneath the obsidian block right here, I think that'll be a way to capture the gunpowder through the block and then siphon it all the way into the hoppers below. So there we go, we have the hopper minecarts siphoning into a bunch of hoppers and then they go into the chests. I also extended down the collection system another couple of layers just to be safe. But yeah, let's go test it out. So judging by the appearance, there doesn't seem to be any gunpowder stuck on the top of the obsidian. That could just be luck, so it'll take a couple more tries to figure it out. But it's looking good so far. Might have spoke too soon, as there seems to be some gunpowder stuck in the side right there on top of one of the hoppers. I don't even know how to get that out properly. Maybe one of the blocks next to it needs to be completely solid, but yeah, I don't know. Or maybe there just needs to be another hopper pointed inward there, but I'm gonna just kind of just throw them in from there. We'll figure it out another time. So I've been taking possible screenshots from different locations from my last 100 days just to make some thumbnails. Let's head over to the ink farm, since that's one of the projects we worked on too. Oh, I have sponges in there. I probably need to grab that later. But yeah, let's go down here and grab some ink farm screenshots. And why are there ink sacks here? Oh my gosh, the chests have been getting filled up like crazy. Yep, that's a full item hopper. So I thought because I didn't clear out most of the rivers nearby, this wasn't as efficient as it was. But this entire time while I'm doing like AFK creeper farming and stuff, it seems like the squids are just farming non-stop. So we need to get onto the dark prismarine part of our farm probably in the next 100 days. So we can use some of these ink sacks up. But I'm going to extend this farm out as well. So I just think another row of double chests should be fine for now. We will probably do the dark prismarine, like I said, in the next 100 days. But I just need to mine out the space for it as well, just because I didn't even think this far ahead. There was no room for it. Let's get these hoppers situated behind as well, so now that the goods can properly flow inside. And now, yep, if I check each chest, you can see the ink sacks are properly flowing in there. And I put some slabs around there as well, just to kind of help with the navigation. And now I'm just going to AFK on the 600th night, and as the sun begins to rise, So ends our 600 days of hardcore survival. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the series. Be sure to let me know in the comment section your suggestions for other builds that I should do in my 700 or 800 day segments. I'll take them into consideration as I'm always trying to explore new things. But 1.18 is right around the corner, so I'm probably going to explore some of that in my next 100 days. As always, this is Phoenix, and I'll see you guys later.